Okay, the Comedy Store is really big. If you guys
Yeah,
don't know, there's a lot of little compartments and weirdo spots, but it does feel very creepy. It feels
it's
haunted,
haunted.
right?
It's haunted, and I have a story. Sandy Danto, Damonia, myself, and I think it was
So here's
three
the
of us,
story.
and we're all in the back in the main room, and it's like 1:30 in the morning. And what happened was we were all just talking, and all of a sudden these metal clips would go flying across the room, like as if like in the movie Ghost when the guy like kind of hit it and it went flying, same kind of thing.
Yeah.
And there was nobody there. We saw it just fly across the room, and we all
You
ran.
touched on a little bit about your ex, and you
Ooh.
don't have to speak on it. But you did a lot of work with Earl, and you guys did a pilot that was supposed to go somewhere, but didn't. And I hope you could elaborate or would want to elaborate because you guys, I was there for part of it, and I enjoyed it a lot. So,
Yeah,
could you tell us about
sorry.
that experience?
He and I and Howie Wallfish and Tom Kennedy, who is no longer with us, produced a pilot called Backyard Comedy. We would, for a lot of comics, they don't, it's hard for comics to get up, even the funniest of comics. It's hard for them to get good stage time in front of good crowds. And sometimes you don't know the right people or the right managers. It's hard to get in front of the right people. So I created a pilot to showcase the funniest up and coming comics in LA because I was around them all the time, at all the shows we did. And when you're in it long enough, you can kind of see who the truly talented people are and the ones who really put the effort in at night after night after night, going up in bowling alleys, going up at gas stations, maybe I'm being
Yeah,
kind of exaggerating, but you
the
know what I
rough
mean?
and
Like those
tough.
comics that will go up there to get that stage time. And throw themselves in the fire in the roughest rooms, but they're there night after night after night. And that's what it was about. It was about giving a voice to those comics who truly are grinding so hard to get to the next level. And so it was like, yeah, and when I say white trash, my friend Howie Wallfish had this big backyard in Van Nuys in the valley, and people to his house, and we'd have these big parties, and he's like, we should run a show here, and so that's how it started. And we called it Backyard Comedy. And then he called his backyard the White Trash Memorial Amphitheater because there were couches and tents and, hot tubs that didn't have any water in it. And just, there's just shit everywhere. But we cleaned it up. Like, I mean, we made several tapings and I would go there. Earl put money in and I would go to the backyard and I would clean it up and I would promote it. That was like my job. And then
Mm,
Tom Kennedy had the money. He used to make trailers for all the movies like Star Wars and stuff in the 70s. So he
wow.
had the money and the resources to get all the camera guys to work for free and do him favors. And so he shot a lot of it. And the reason why it never got up off the ground was because he died of alcoholism. Like he died of liver failure. And he's just kind of
Sucks.
sitting on that footage. So the show never went anywhere. But um, So so what happened was I just, adrenaline ripped this big Irish dude off this other guy, and I guess he got. I don't even remember what happened. He got up, and I'm pushing him, I'm pushing him, I'm pushing him out the door, like just pushing him and pushing him, like get the fuck out, get the fuck out, get the fuck out. And all the while, there's always like this prayer that you're saying, like, please don't fucking hit me. Please don't hit me. Please don't hit me. Please don't hit me.
Oh,
You
oh,
never know what
girl.
crazy person's
That's
gonna
real
follow
talk. That
you.
is real talk, girl. I
Is that
know that
you
feeling.
you know that feeling. Like
Yeah.
please don't
Nobody
hit
wants to
me.
get decked by a guy.
Yeah,
That's the
buddy,
worst.
my face, my bones, like you just nobody wants to get cracked. But it could happen. That's the scary part. Yeah, I've broken up some crazy girl fights too, but
Oh, yeah?
girls are the worst, man. They want to keep
Tell.
going. The girls want to go at it, when they fight. They don't ever. They just want to keep going at it. They're crazy. But yeah,
Really?
Are you with?
One
Oh,
girl
I'm
fight
sorry.
story. One.
Here's another time in the valley, actually at the Liquid Zoo. I had I can't remember. Oh yeah, right now I can remember. There was this big Latina girl, and she was built. I don't know if you've ever seen this build. They're built kind of like an ice cream cone, where they're real small in the legs and like, I mean, I'm not even being mean. That's just how she was built. I'm just trying to
An ice cream cone, she
like, like
said.
they kind of built like, so she was
I do know. They're fucking buff sometimes.
like
I'm like,
big up
oh.
here, and the legs are really small. So she, so what
And
happened?
they
I don't
walk weird
remember.
too.
It's something I don't remember. I never really knew
That's a
why she
good
started.
visual.
She's like she's built like that and drunk, and I remember her being nice earlier in the night, but something happened where she snapped and she just started hauling off and punching dudes by that pool table, if you remember the Liquid Zoo, in that
She
area where
was
all the
punching
comics are.
guys.
She just started punching dudes, like this guy's punching this guy, punching that guy,
I'm
and
saying.
was like, it was crazy, and I'm bartending. I'm like, oh my god. And so I put my arms around her neck and drug her out. I drug her out by her head, and she wouldn't leave. Like, she wouldn't get out of the bar. So I'm holding her. I'm trying to drag her out by her head because she was out of control. So she's clinging on to a door, trying to stay in the bar. And my little friend Brandy, my little cute blonde co-bartender, she's like trying to pull her arm off, and I have her by her head, and I flung her outside, and she went like flying back because she's wobbly, because she's got the little legs with the big upper body. So when you push someone
That's
like that, it's
true.
like a spin top. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, she's fun. Like, she went flying back, and I slammed the door, and I'm like, lock the other door. Like, because they only want to come back in. They want to come back in and kill you, you know? So I like locked both doors for like 10 minutes, and then,